Madhu Kishwar, who is clearly grimacing here. Why? Because the natural question of any person would be, when such strong feelings are being expressed today, Madhu Kishwar, and look at the adjectives that Mr. Modi has used: grief, sadness, misery, pain, anguish, agony. Why does it take 12 years for all of these emotions to bubble to the surface?
Excuse me, nobody wanted to hear him. And it's time the media stopped peddling the same lies that it has done for 12 years, of the kind that Javed Anand was peddling.
That's not true. We did want to hear him. We asked him that question. Javed here asked him that question at the India Today conclave.
That's not the way to ask a question. The man, I saw it, I was there, I heard it. Please understand one thing. Number one, it takes a lot of moral courage and honesty, and I think media prefers dishonest and hypocritical politicians. For a politician to say, if I'm guilty, hang me. If you are accusing me of X, Y, Z, wait, it's not rhetoric, because he stood his ground and he's been vindicated, and you don't want to hear it. Secondly, if you want to understand Modi and what he was about, look at the first election he fought in February 2002 in Rajkot. All the Muslim organizations moved over to Modi's side. 38 Muslim organizations. You read the speeches, I've translated those speeches, I've looked at the record, and it's precisely because Muslims en masse began to gravitate towards Modi and voted for him and ensured his victory that Congress got panicky and started this Godhra riot. And it's only because he was not doing divisive politics that Congress has so specialized in. I have translated numerous of his speeches from 2001 October, when he assumed power, to 2002 when the riots took place. What he said, there isn't one speech that you can say, or a statement, where he is instigating, where he's not expressing grief, where he's not appealing for calm, where he's not insisting that both communities better,
No, he is appealing for calm.
No.
He is appealing for calm. But nowhere is there grief or remorse.
I'm sorry.
And he himself has said this. So this is the first time.
Those speeches, ma'am, many of them, including immediate aftermath of riots, they are full of grief. Even his body language is grief and nothing else than grief. You don't want to hear, because you're so enamored with the lies and propaganda peddled by the Congress party and its allies. You don't want to hear, you don't want to see. I have myself translated numerous of his speeches, also looked at the record of what Modi was doing between the time October 7, 2001 when he came to power, and 2002 when Godhra riots broke out. Look at his outstanding work in Kutch, what he did for Muslim villages there. The manner in which Muslims actually flocked to him. Even in 2000, you will read my book very soon. I'm saying I've documented all this. I'm not talking through my hat.
So Javed Anand, is that vindication? Because you have had Muslims endorse Narendra Modi through the mandate that they've given him, not once or twice but thrice. And that's the argument.
Election. First, look at this record of Rajkot elections. I've translated those
let Mr. Javed Anand respond to that.
And
go ahead, Mr. Anand.
38 prominent Muslim organizations actually coming out in support of him. He addressed mass gatherings in Muslim localities in Rajkot in February 2002. His first election.
Sure, you made your point. Let Javed Anand answer that.
And I'm saying you don't want to hear it. You just
go
want
ahead,
to go
Javed
on
Anand.
repeating lies.
All right, we'll try and get back to Javed Anand just a bit. Javed, you have interacted with Narendra Modi over a long period of time. You, in fact, also asked him specifically whether there was any remorse that he felt.
Why should he? Again, you're repeating the same question.
Can I? This
no,
question
but I want to know.
This question is directed to me.
This
question is directed to me, madam. Do me this courtesy of at least answering this.
But I am asking her. Why is it this again? You see, no matter what the evidence brought before you, you parrot the same question. That is why I say you are peddling misinformation.
We're not peddling misinformation, but the other side of the story has to be told.
It has been told for 12 years. So 12 years you have presented only one story based on lies. If it weren't based on outright lies, the man would have not stood his ground and been vindicated despite such a massive conspiratorial campaign against him. There's a limit. There is a limit.
There is no conspiracy. Yes, go ahead, John.
Padmaja, you asked me this question. You referred to the fact that I asked this question, and Madhuji, who's been my senior, says, "But that's not the way to ask a question." I'm just, I want a guidance. Then which other way do you ask the question?
If you're not guilty, why should you say, are you remorseful?
No. Did I even say that?
You said that.
What did I say that?
I was there. I heard that.
I said, Mr. Modi, this is something you don't like talking about. Do you at least regret the fact that something as unfortunate as what happened in 2002 happened at a time when you were Chief Minister? Was there anything objective, aggressive about this? Or even one doesn't have the right to even ask this question?
But he has said it 1,000 times.
No. Answer that. No.
I mean, there are his speeches on record.
Where has he said it? He's asked people to get off the plane. He's asked people to get off the bus for asking that question. I mean, what are we talking about, Madhuji?
Come on. These are lies.
Oh, really?
So far, there's a limit. Yes. There are statements of this galore.
The truth is only what you are saying.
Okay.
This is what you're saying.
We can